YouTube? What's going on? Today I got a unauthorized preview of some Valentines scents from the Witch Knows Candle Company. Now, I say unauthorized because they sent me 5 different scents. I know one of them is a Valentine's Day, but I think the rest of them are Valentine's Day. They didn't really tell me if these are going to be the releases for Valentine's or if they have others. I don't know. But I got 5 different scents, and they didn't send me the scent notes. So that's why this is so interesting to me, because I get to kind of decipher them and see what I think they're going to be when they finally release them and tell everyone what the scent notes are. So this is pretty cool. So I'll do this video kind of like a preview, and then whenever the scents do come out, then I'll do another one, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to buy all 5 of these in candle form when they release, I believe next month. So I'm thinking, maybe the first, second week of January, they may announce something, what they're going to have. I don't know if this lineup's going to be the lineup that they have for Valentine's Day. Oh, well, I'm just going to go over them anyway. So before I get into that, they did send me 4 wax melts and 1 candle. And the witch over at Witch knows my nose. You know, she knows what I like. And that's the candle she sent me. So that one is good. I'm going to save that one for last. But before I get into that, the other 4 scents that they sent were in wax melt form. And they sent me little witch noses. That's pretty cool. I don't know if they already had a mold for that, or if they made that mold, but it even has like a little mole on the nose of the witch. So I don't know. That's pretty cool. So what I did was yesterday I melted 3 of the wax melts, and I melted another one this morning. But they're gonna look a little weird, and I wanted to get into maybe like a tip that I use when I melt wax melts. A few years ago, I had bought some wax melters from Walmart. You know, not really expensive. I think these are called Celebrate It. I don't know. But the reason I wanted to go with these is they're ceramic. You know, they kind of retain heat pretty well, and they stand up to heat pretty well. So I saw these, the first one perform very, very well. And so I ended up buying like 5 more. And out of all the wax melters I have, all of them, you know, I have a lot from different companies. Scentsies, I really, really like Scentsies wax warmers, but they're not very powerful. You know, the wattage is kind of real low on them. So I like this one because even though if you read the instructions, it says not to put a more powerful bulb in it, that's what I do. Not on the ones that I test. You know, like if I'm testing my scents or testing another company's scents, I have one that has the original wattage bulb, which I believe is a 25 watt, maybe 30 watt, somewhere around there. But I cheated, and I went against the manufacturer's instructions. And since this is ceramic, I put a 40 watt bulb, and that's what I use out here in my office, because my office is kind of big. So if you have a smaller room, yeah, maybe a 25 is good for you. But anyways, the whole reason I want to get into that is this is how I melt. You know, I don't put the cubes directly onto the ceramic. What I do is I use these little silicone things, and then I put the wax cubes in that. And what that does, if your melter is powerful enough, it kind of eliminates cleanup. You don't have to cotton ball. You don't have to put it in the freezer, you know, to get the wax out. You don't have to clean the bowl, and then you start, you know, mixing different wax melts with each other. What happens after you melt it, it'll kind of turn into like a little tiny Reese's peanut butter cup. And all you got to do after that is just pop it out. I melted this one this morning, a couple hours ago. Yeah, so you pop it out, and then you can put another scent in there, pop it right on, and there you go. No cleanup, nice and easy. Eliminates all the mess, and then you get all the oils all over your fingers. And if it's a scent you don't like, then you end up smelling like that scent all day. Anyways, so yeah, I wanted to go over that real quick because some of these wax melts are gonna look like little Reese's peanut butter cups. Do not eat the wax melts. Just saying. All right, so I'm gonna get into some of these notes on some of these scents that they sent me, which pretty interesting. I believe if this is what they're going to release for Valentine's Day, I believe this is their best lineup that they've had. You know, I believe they started back in Halloween this year, and then they had like a Christmas winter release, and then next year they're going to have like a Valentine's Day release. So I believe this one's pretty solid lineup from what I could tell. I don't know if this is all they're gonna have. I'm just saying. So Valentine's Day is very subjective to every different person. You know, they'll all associate something different with Valentine's Day. Christmas, I mean, yeah, pine, I don't know, cranberry, all that junk. Valentine's Day, very, very subjective to the individual. Say ugly people, like me, for instance. We may associate Valentine's Day with sadness or, I don't know, despair, something like that. Say you're a little on the hotter side, you know, you're pretty, you got money, you know, I don't know, something like that. You may associate it with flowers, you know, getting roses for Valentine's, or like chocolate covered strawberries, you know, so it's pretty subjective. But one of the things that I did get from this entire line is they're all a little smooth, a little sultry, a little seductive, you know, and that's what I want more from a Valentine's scent than you know, the crap that I had been working on for my Valentine's Day release, which was I had a chocolate covered strawberries and a chocolate covered cherries, you know, and I'm like, that's not spooky, you know, that doesn't really fit my company. So yeah, I'm not gonna release those. No Valentine's Day release for South of Sandy. I'm sorry. I need something a little more darker, you know, a little more spooky-ish. Spooky Valentine's. All right, so I'm gonna get into this first one. And again, I don't have the scent notes. And this one was very hard. I couldn't put my finger on what it was. But this one is called, I think, Red Sky Potion. All right, now, yeah, I couldn't really, without the scent notes, I can't really figure this one out because it's blended really well. You know, normally some of the notes will stand out and you'll tell right away what it is. This one, maybe a little bit, just a little tiny bit of like light fruit. It's kind of dark, seductive. But honestly, I can't put my finger on that one. So I'm gonna have to wait for the scent notes to come out next month for Red Sky Potion. All right, on to the next one. And I'm not sure how to pronounce this. It's called Shadows Aubit, Aubit, whatever that is. I don't know. I probably should have Googled that before I did this. But Shadows Aubit, whatever that is. All right, so this one was a little mysterious as well. I couldn't really get a real feel for it. It was good though, when melting. Now, this could be completely off from what's actually in here, but that's what I like about it. I pick up maybe a little bit of woodsy pine, you know. Which, if it isn't there, that wouldn't make sense. You know, February is still pretty cold, and I do associate, I don't know, some woodsy pine notes with winter, you know, maybe. Let's see, look at my notes. I don't know, maybe an amber base. A little bit of sweetness and a little bit of woodsy. Yeah. So Shadows Aubit. Yeah, I like it. That's good. Right. Moving on to the next preview. This one is called Seduction. Yeah, that one is deep and dark. But yet a little seductive as well, I suppose. I don't know if it's there, but I sense just a little light hint of leather, maybe in the background. And I've been on a leather kick lately, so I kind of smell leather everywhere. But I think there might be a little bit in there. All right, this one reminded me a little bit of Castle Door's Immortal Love. And I believe that one was blackberry, incense, and like a dark musk, something like that. It's a lot more brighter than Seduction, but that's what I like about Seduction. All right, so again, maybe some type of like dark red fruit in the bottom, maybe dark and musky, but not musky in a bad way. Musky in like a sexy female type of way, if that makes sense. Yeah, and maybe just a little bit of like a light suede or leather. I don't know. Maybe a hint. Maybe just a hint of saffron. I don't know. This year, or this release, they have blended these very, very well. Very, very well. I'm going to be excited to see what the actual scent notes are on all these, because I'm probably way off in left field. I'm not even close. But that's why I wanted to do this, because, I don't know, it seems a little fun. All right, moving on. I got Jester. Like a court jester, I suppose. This one, I think I know what it is. On cold, I get blackberry. Maybe a little bit of incense. On cold, that's really all I picked up. But when warming, this one did change a little bit. The blackberry chilled out a little bit. The incense kind of amped up. And it seemed a little more like on the feminine side when I was melting it. I mean, it was good. It was real good. I don't know, out of the wax melts that they sent, I think this one and Seduction. Almost ate that. It's just a habit. I don't eat Reese's peanut butter cups anymore though. But yeah, the Jester is really good. That's what I get: blackberry, incense, and maybe some type of like a dark woman's body care base. Not a lot, just a little bit. So some kind of note that would invoke that. It's good. All right, now getting into the final one, and definitely my favorite of the entire bunch, which this one could easily be Halloween scent, and I think it should. I think they should re-release it for Halloween. I'm just saying. This one's called Scorned. Now they did send me the wax mount, but they were also kind enough to send me the candle, so I could show you what that label's gonna look like. Scorned. And for some reason, I couldn't remember that name. You know, so there was a couple of people I talked to, you know, and I gave them some heads up. I was like, hey, when they release Valentines, make sure you get Scorned. But I couldn't remember the name. and I was calling it Inferno. So if I told you to get Inferno, it's actually Scorned. Make sure you get Scorned. Yeah, this is definitely my favorite. This one, the blending on this one is top shelf. It's amazing how they blended this one. I'm quite a bit jealous myself. All right, so what I get on Scorned is I actually get a little bit of leather. I don't know if it's in there, but that's what my nose picks up. Smoke. You get a little bit of smoke. And when I burned it, I think there's a little bit of cinnamon in the background. Maybe a little bit of cinnamon. And I don't pick it up on cold, but when burning, I did pick up like the slightest little nuance of like a citrus note way in the back. I don't think most people would even notice it. I'm not saying I have a superhuman nose or anything. I'm just saying I don't think people would look for that, because I was trying to really figure out what was in there without having to send those. And there's some kind of woodsy note in there too. Something like a smooth wood. Something that I would relate it to would be driftwood. You know, like a smooth, maybe sandalwood, driftwood mix. Yeah, and all those come together and they just play nice together. It's really, really good. Dark, woodsy, smoky, just a little hint of spice. Yeah, and it's a sexy scent. You know, I had thought about, you know, for the last couple of years doing a video on, Valentine's sexy scents, But I mean, it's different for everybody. Everyone's going to have such a weird preference on what they think is seductive or sexy. This one, to me, is very, very sexy. I don't know. Maybe I just relate leather with seductive. I don't know. Anyways, that is my unauthorized preview of Witch Nose's Valentine's Day release. I think it could change. Their lineup could change. I don't know. But if you're watching Witch Nose, you better make a lot of Scorned, because I'm going to buy a couple. And I think you should re-release it for Halloween. I'm just saying. Anyways, that is all I got for you today. A little Witch Nose unauthorized preview. And I hope they don't get mad, because I don't know the scent notes. But I was just winging it. It was kind of fun. I'll do another one once I get all the candles, because I am going to buy all these in candle form when they release, I believe, next month. So. Anyways, thanks for watching.